How's it going, ladies and Bruces? I'm Bobby Sixkilla and welcome back to Exit Corners. It's time for chapter 22, Peace. Let's see what happens next, shall we? Hopefully Tiana will give us some peace. Oh, we're regrouping because Ray's getting really not good. And also Beth's not doing so hot either. And I don't think we're doing that hot either, actually. Liza. What's the matter? I need you to come with me. Huh? Why? I need to talk to you. Privately. That's right, we're going to ask her because she's hiding something. Whoa, hold the phones. You can't just whisk Liza away and have her all to yourself. It's important to our escape. You sure that's a good idea, bud? We don't have a ton of time to kill, you know. I know, but this is important to our escape. I need you to trust me on this one, Sean. I don't know, man. Seems a bit fishy if you ask me. I say we let them go. Why's that? Nick knows more about this game than either of us. If he says it's important, I'm inclined to believe him. Well, okay. I trust you. Why does she trust me more? She doesn't even like me. We're meant to be friends, assface. Thanks, you two. I'll come back for you in a few minutes. Hey, don't I get a say in all this? I don't want to say no, but... no. Hank grabbed Liza by the arm and pulled her back toward the main hall. Somehow Liza didn't protest. He felt Liza slowing down as they entered the hotel's central hub. So what do you want? We're not there yet. Keep walking. Hank motioned to a door that hadn't been touched in hours, grabbing a chair mid-stride. Here we are. Here? Why here? No one will come looking for us here. Hank placed his chair down right in front of the door that they'd just come through, blocking their exit. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Getting answers. Leaning back in the chair, Hank crossed his arms and donned the most dire countenance he could muster. What are you hiding, Liza? I'm not hiding anything. There's no sense denying it. There's been mounting evidence that you've been keeping something big from us for a long time. Now, I don't know what your secret is, mind you, but that's why I brought you here. You and I are going to stay in this hallway until you tell me what it is you're hiding. Don't be an idiot. You have no idea what you're doing. Yeah, I figured as much. Looks like we're going to be here for a while. Or you could just tell me right now and we can be on our merry way. That's not going to happen, Hank. First of all, I'm not hiding anything. Second of all, even if I were, I couldn't tell you. You know, hypothetically. Of course. And if you were hypothetically hiding something from us, why couldn't you share it? Is it too personal? Embarrassing? You think I'm withholding information because I'm embarrassed? Correct me then. I can't. I just can't, okay? I can't explain why either. Can't. Or won't. Does it matter? Either way, you're not getting an answer from me. You think you can just grab people and interrogate them as you see fit? It's not cool and it's not dramatic. It's just harassment. He really doesn't like me, huh? It's a standstill then. Hank rustled about in his jacket and found his Gemini. Time for plan B. Sent. I don't know what you're up to right now, but I've decided I want to talk to you after all. I'm in the cavern thing. The one next to the boiler room. I'd like you to show up on screen there. Who are you messaging just now? Does Sean still have his Gemini? You'll see in a moment. Maybe. I don't get... Another tremor? Does that mean Sent detonated another charge? Indeed it does. Why? I told you not to tell anyone that we've been messaging each other. Rules are rules, I'm afraid. We didn't tell him. That shouldn't have counted. I never actually told her anything. You were asking me to show up here, which would have given it away. Yeah, but I left the ball in your court. You didn't have to reveal yourself if you didn't want to. Then I sincerely apologize, Hank. Why would we put this behind us? Water under the bridge? You blew up one of the foundations. Yes, no use crying over it now, my dear. Perhaps you'll forgive me if I can be of assistance. I assume there's a reason you wanted to see me. Tell me Liza's secret. Hank, don't. I know you know, Sen. She won't tell me herself, so I need you to tell me instead. Oh, I'm afraid I can't do that, Hank. Not you too. I'm tired of this crap. Come on, you blew up a foundation for no good reason. You owe me this one. You said you wanted to help me, right? This is your chance. Help me. I'm sorry, Hank. More sorry than you know. I understand you must be frustrated. Telling you Liza's secret would be against the rules. Strictly speaking, I shouldn't even be here right now. I mustn't veer the game from its optimal course. You made the rules, didn't you? Changed them. Liza? Yeah? Please explain to Ink without going over specifics why you cannot share your secret. Will doing so, violate anything? No. The girl bit her lip, eyeing the monitor with a gaze so sharp it could cut steel. Okay. I'm being blackmailed. Yes, there is something I'm hiding, but Sent made his terms very clear. If I tell anyone my secret, he'll issue me a penalty. Huh. So what exactly would happen if you told me? What's this penalty you're talking about? I can't say, not without revealing what I'm hiding. But you understand now, right? I'm not keeping this from you by choice. It's out of obligation. Yeah, I understand. Then let's head back. This whole thing was pointless. He shifted to the right, cutting Liza off as she tried to edge past him. No. We're done here. I'm not telling you anything, and that's final. Yeah, I get that. I won't ask you to tell me. Hey, Sent. No response. Ink's voice rang against the walls. Sent, where the hell'd you go? Apologies, I'm here. Liza's not allowed to tell me a secret, right? That is correct. I've prohibited Liza from sharing it. I've also prohibited myself from sharing it, and thus everyone who knows is prohibited from telling me. I get that. Here's the thing, though. Am I prohibited from knowing it? I do not understand your question. According to the way you worded this agreement, so long as no one divulges Lisa's secret, no penalty will be issued. That is correct. So what if I were to figure out the secret on my own? By your own admission, so long as no one outright tells me what it is, Liza will be in the clear. Rules are rules, right? My. You really are full of surprises, aren't you? Is that a yes or a no? It is most certainly a yes. Yes. One moment, please. He's running off again? Ink. I don't know if this is a good idea. Well, I'm glad you're able to find a loophole in his rules. I don't think you'll be able to figure out my secret. We could be wasting valuable time. You want to be able to talk about this, right? Of course I do. Then I'll figure it out. You're not the only one who wants to be able to share this. I'm tired of being railroaded, of playing defense, of having my own head play tricks on me and not knowing how or why. This time, I'm making the first move. I have faith that whatever I learned about you is going to help us in the long run. If it's something that Sent doesn't want us to know, it must be important. Besides, I'm not going in blind. I have a good idea of where to start. Fret not, I've returned. Pardon the wait. Allow me to make this official. The monitor flared up as if to punctuate Sent's sentence. So there's a puzzle now? That's correct. Can you correctly guess little Liza's secret? Get it right, and I'll permit you and Liza to discuss it in private. If you can't figure it out, however, you may be here a while. With that in mind, do you accept? And if it's okay with Liza? I accept. Good. Indeed, allow me to take a proverbial back seat while you attempt to solve it. But I have no idea. I'm going to start by going over what I already know or suspect. I've had suspicions about you for some time now, Liza. As I mentioned earlier, there have been mounting hints that suggest you're hiding something. Odd behaviour, general paranoia, extreme caginess. Maybe she just doesn't like people. Congratulations. Let's start with some basic questions, Liza. How do you spell your last name? The mere mention of Liza's last name seemed to heighten her focus. She stood up straight and rattled off the letters with a rhythmic cadence. T-H-A-T-C-H-E-R. Great, thanks. Now how do you spell the word embezzlement? Hey, what are you getting at? Spell it out and you'll see. She crossed her arms, grumbling. The letters flew from her mouth like acid. E-M-B-E-Z-Z-L-E-M-E-N-T. I still don't see what those things have to do with each other. Oh, they don't have anything to do with each other. I was testing your spelling ability. What? These words that I thought might rile you up, to disguise what I was after. Thatcher is your last name, so that doesn't really count for much. Embezzlement, though. That can be a tough word if you aren't familiar with it. You didn't have any problems spelling it, though. Not only did you spell it correctly, but you even spelled it quickly. Not bad for someone I originally suspected of being illiterate. What? Who gave you that stupid idea? Not fully illiterate, just developmentally challenged. I've always been weirded out by how slow you are at texting, and I thought this might have been an explanation. Clearly, though, you can read and spell. If that were the only thing I'd picked up on, I might have thought you were dyslexic. There's more to you than that, though. I began to suspect you were hiding something big the last time we were in this very room. This room? That was when you tricked Sent, wasn't it? That's right. Though I managed to trip up Sent, there's still something that's bothering me about the whole exchange. Remember how I managed to outsmart him by identifying a difference in the messages he gave us? Well, yeah, I remember the gist of it. He said contestants to you, but contestant to me. That's exactly right. You've got to wonder, though. Why? I don't follow. Why do you even need to make that delineation? Why didn't he just read the same message to everyone at once? Wouldn't that have been safer? Even if his mistake really was a subconscious one, did he really need to address me using contestants? Why didn't he use a generic message for each of the elevators? And then I realised, maybe it wasn't Beth and me who got a special message. Maybe it was you. When he heard you screaming, you know, back in the elevators? I don't know what it is you were yelling about, but it's pretty clear to me you're experiencing something different. Here's what I think. Sin's been feeding you special messages throughout this entire game. That's an interesting theory. Something else that's been bugging me is the speed at which you managed to solve our 11th puzzle. Which, puzzle was that? Don't play dumb. I know you know which puzzle that was. Spell Jade. Okay, yeah, what about it? You seem to figure out the solution all on your own. How'd you know that A was 1 and J was 0? Just a guess? I know there's more to it than that. It's almost as if you have some very specialised knowledge that you're refusing to share. If I had access to the internet right now, I'm damn sure I'd find something compelling. How much longer are you going to keep at this, huh? I'm nearly done, I promise. One more thing before I tackle this puzzle. Liza. What's this? Ink held his palm outwards, extending his middle and index fingers while curling the others back. 2 fingers. You're holding up 2 fingers. Gotcha. Wow, that's about all I've got. You don't know what 2 fingers are, though. Is that what we're saying? If we're doing this, you don't know what that means? Interesting that you don't know. Think you can figure it out? Doesn't matter what I think. I have no choice but to solve this. So I will. Ink approached the puzzle, took a deep breath, and tried to piece it all together. Liza was once... Can we ask? We can't ask her anything. What if I talk to her? Interesting wording. What do you mean? Liza was once. Yeah. Like you used to be something and now you're not. Used to be... It's something weird though, not like used to be a child, because we all did that. Used to be blonde. Could be blonde. It's not what I was expecting, I guess. You know I can't help you, right? I know, I'm just thinking out loud. Just making sure if I were to hand you this puzzle right now, you'd be able to solve it no problem, right? What did I just say? I can't help you with this, Ink. I'll take that as a yes then. Come on, Liza, give me something to work with. What, I can't help you, remember? I know. I just want someone to talk to even if they don't talk back. Otherwise, I'm going to start talking to myself. And come on, nobody wants that. Fair, so what's going through your mind right now? Right now, I'm actually trying to use the puzzle's interface as a clue. How so? For starters, it's only letting me type in a maximum of 5 letters to the answer field. That's too short to be an arbitrary limit, so I'm inclined to believe the answer is exactly 5 letters long. That's fair. I see. I mean, that's not necessarily true, but I think it's likely. 5 letters. What did she say she used to do? Her hobbies are... She liked listening to like hip-hop and pop. She liked playing cards online? Is that right? She liked playing like poker online or something like that? I don't see how that helps us, though. She was once a computer nerd. Like me. She doesn't know what this means. That seems weird, especially since she's a kid. She didn't understand... Because I see why he's saying illiterate, right? When we talked about the books that were in that office room or along the bottom that said the guide to the prisoners blah 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 by scent. She didn't read that, and she explored that, but she didn't see it. So she didn't read it, she couldn't read it, she can't read properly. She can read, but she can't read well. But she can spell well. She can't read well, but she can spell well. And that's somehow connected to not knowing what that is. Even though she knows that's 2 fingers, she doesn't know the meaning of it. She's got poor vision, I guess. Maybe she can't see well. 5 letters. Blind? blind? Okay, how do you undo blindness? I guess they undo death for Beth's son, so... Ink, did you... Once again, Ink held his palm outwards, flexing his middle and index fingers. His ring finger and pinky were nestled snugly behind his thumb. This again, why do you keep showing me your fingers? That's what you call a V sign, or a peace sign. You see it a lot in photographs. Of course, I doubt you spend much of your time looking at photographs. Given the face you're making right now, I'd wager you're aware of what it is. You just don't recognize it visually. Going a bit further back, this gesture is V for victory, which is pretty fitting right now since I figured out your secret. Liza, before you woke up in the Four Elements Hotel this morning, you were blind, weren't you? Nice. Scent? Verdict? Yet another puzzle falls to the hands of the magnificent Ink. Well done. You may talk about this amongst yourselves. No sharing this with any other contestants, you hear? I guess that'll have to do. You know I wasn't keeping this from you on purpose, right? I wanted to talk about this all day, I just... couldn't. I know. What happened then? Tell me everything. There's a lot to go over, you sure? Everything. God, where do I begin? For starters, I wasn't always blind. I lost my sight at the age of 4. Bad accident. My father doesn't like to talk about it. My memories from before that time are hazy at best, but I remember starting to learn to read and write. Sort of. I had to relearn pretty much everything. But with the help of the best homeschool teachers in the country, I was as prepared as I could be for life ahead of me. So imagine my surprise when I woke up with the ability to see again. I thought I was dreaming at first. It's so uncommon for me to have dreams where I can see. I dropped that idea when I began spewing blood everywhere. The pain was too real. I composed myself eventually, gathered my things. That's when I found what Sid had left for me in my bag. A Gemini. That's one of them, but more importantly I found this. Liza pulled a loose sheet of paper from her bag and handed it to Ink. Rough to the touch, the page hadn't had a drop of ink on it. Braille. What does it say? She took the page back from him. Her hand glided across the page as she read the words aloud. Good morning. Please read this message in its entirety. It relates to your newfound sight. I regret to inform you that you've been kidnapped. You have, however, been given a new pair of eyes with which to see the world. The gift of sight is a precious one, and I hope you do not squander it. Just as I have bestowed you with this gift, I am equally capable of taking it away. You will encounter a number of new faces today. If you mention that you used to be blind to any of them, I will rescind your vision without a second thought. The only person you may discuss this with is your father. You may contact him using the device provided with this note. I trust you will get used to using it in time. You have several hours before the door to your room unlocks. You will not be able to escape before then. I would suggest using this time to get used to your new sense. You have quite the facade ahead of you. Oh, and please be careful around those people. Some of them would see you harmed. And that's all. That sure explains a lot, doesn't it? I gotta say, you faked it pretty damn well. If it weren't for the strange circumstances, I wouldn't have given it a second thought. How'd you relearn everything so fast? Like, how'd you relearn to read and stuff? Some of it was still rattling around in my head from before my accident. Even if I got stuck, tracing out the letters with my fingers usually did the trick. Even blind people can recognize the shape of letters, you know. Sorry, I didn't mean to insinuate anything. And sorry if I ever gave you a hard time. I didn't know what you were going through. If you're still sour about it when we escape, I'll shoot you an invoice. What was that about rescinding your vision, though? Can he really do that? Yeah, he can. I didn't believe him at first. I mean, how could such a thing be possible? Turns out that restoring my sight in the first place kind of throws the word possible out the window. Sense seems to be able to turn my eyes off at will. That's why I had the reaction I did in the elevator. I guess it was a reminder or something. He only did it briefly. I was wondering what the deal with that was. Ink let a short pause reign before moving on to the more personal questions. So, how is it? Being able to see again? Honestly? It's amazing. I'm excited and nervous all at once. This means so much for me, for my future. There had been some contention as to whether or not I'd actually ever inherit my father's company. Oh? It made it sound like it was a sure thing. I'd ask him every day about it. The answer would always be something like, we'll see, or that's still a long way away. Part of me knows that handing the company over to his blind daughter would be seen as unprofessional, as much as it hurts to admit it, but I wouldn't stop trying, asking. I researched the company on my own time, stuff I wasn't supposed to read. All I wanted to do was make sure that when the time came to pass the torch, Liza Thatcher would be the best candidate. But now, My father seems just as excited as I am by my newfound vision. Finally, after years of pestering him, I got the yes I was looking for. I haven't discounted the possibility that he just wants to comfort his kidnapped daughter. Still, I'm so ready for the life ahead of me. That's why I have to make it out of here alive. I just have to. I don't think I've ever heard you get this excited about something. Yes, you really wanted to talk about this, huh? More than you can imagine. There's so much left to learn, so much I don't understand. I don't even know what I look like. Did you know that? Not at all. I could describe my appearance with words, but I've never, seen myself, not since I was little. Maybe you think it's stupid, but I want to know, you know? I've been told I look a bit like my mother. That's going to be exciting. I'm pumped for you, Liza, seriously. And not to overhype it or anything, but I think you'll be happy with what you see. Thanks. Oh, and I almost forgot. My vision still isn't perfect. I've noticed I have some trouble when it comes to details. What do you mean? Sometimes details don't show up immediately. It's like they're there, but I don't notice them right away. And then when I notice them and notice the details, it seems so obvious. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, like noticing if someone's pants are wet. Yeah, or noticing the blood splattered on someone's jacket. Whether this is because I'm not used to using my eyes or because of whatever scent did to me, I couldn't tell you. Huh. Anything else I should know? That's about it, I think. What are you going to do now that you know my secret? On its own, it doesn't tell me a whole lot. Still, I'm willing to bet that this is an important piece in the puzzle that is exit corners. The most interesting thing to me, at least, is the fact that Scent wanted you to keep this a secret. Why? I'm sure you don't need me to tell you this, but some really weird shit's going on. Whatever's going on, we'll figure it out. If you manage to guess that I used to be blind, I'm willing to bet you can solve the rest of the mystery. With your help, of course. I can't do it alone. I'll do whatever I can. We should probably get back, huh? Yeah, time to go. Adrenaline surged through Ink as he heaved open the titanic door. Liza's right. If I could figure out her secret, I can figure out the rest of them. Since had his way long enough, things are finally turning around. If I know one thing for sure, now, it's that exit corners can be beaten. There they are. What are those two doing here? Ink and Liza found themselves flanked by two students. Jesus, where the hell were you two? Sean rapped on a nearby door, and then he yelled at it. Hey, lovebirds, you can come back, we found him. Ether ran over to Ink and Liza, eyes swollen, and pulled both of them close in a vicious hug. You're okay? I was so worried. Ether? I thought something had happened to you too. She hugged him even tighter, and could feel a heaviness looming over him. He knew that something terrible had happened. What's going on? No. I have to tell them, Ether. I know, but... She trailed off. Ink felt as though he already knew what he was going to say. It's Ray, isn't it? Where... Through the blue door. Ink, don't just go. Ink! The other contestants assailed Ink with words, but he wasn't really listening anymore. He made his way to the blue door as fast as his tired body would take him. What Ink saw shouldn't have surprised him. By process of elimination, he already knew what was waiting for him on the other side of the hotel room door. Still, he couldn't help but scream. It was Ray, right? Ink fell to his knees, crumpling as if he were made of paper, and wept at the idiocy of it all. Is it not Ray? That was a green shirt. Ray isn't wearing a green shirt. Was it Beth? Shit, I don't know. I'm guessing that was Beth then. I guess we'll figure it out next time. But anyway, man, that was a nasty puzzle. I'm going to have to cut the crap out of that one, because that took me ages. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking out for me, and I'll see you in the next one.